Yeah, good morning. See this place behind me? It's called Worman Scrubs, yeah? And that there is where a lot of people, I should imagine, are going to end up over that protest, yeah? Because of the violence that kicked off, yeah? The police will make sure that some end up in there, yeah? And really, no one should have ended up in there, mate. That protest, when I first watched it, was quite 300 people, maybe. There was no problems, but really, people should have seen it. Tomlinson, I think his name is, he should have visited that place well before it actually happened, yeah? To see that there was barriers everywhere and they were going to kettling. They were going to kettle people. You could see what they was going to do, yeah? So he should have said, okay, we'll all meet there, but move on. We'll march down the road somewhere else, yeah, and keep marching, because you're better off marching. You're going to get more publicity just marching and what happened there. Because a lot of women got hurt, yeah. They got buckled to the floor, 5 or 6 men buckled on the floor, and women. You got to remember there was a lot of women riot squad there, and I should imagine they were maybe worse than the men. You know, they've got something to prove, you know, and they were more likely the ones going to hurt someone. So, you know, it was wrong for the police to do what they did, right? But they were there to do what they wanted to do. They was there to hurt people. So it should have moved on, mate. They should have moved on. They shouldn't have caused any more problems than what they did, you know. Just move on away from there, move down the road, and just, you know, process other places. You know, they're going to follow you in the vans and bits and pieces, but they're not going to get out of the vans. They're just going to follow you, yeah? That's a protest, you know. Don't do what what happened. Don't, go into one. You can't win. You know, the way they kettled everybody off, and then they started pulling one at a time, arresting you, really, they can arrest you for anything. They can make up a charge at any time. You know what I mean? Just to put you in a van and get you away from there, let you out maybe 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, they're not going to arrest you as such. They're not going to take you to court. They're just going to go there and say, right, well, slap your hand and don't do it again, crash, go. But the ones who've gone over the top with it, they're going to wind up in this place behind me. They will wind up in that place behind me if they're not sensible. Tomlinson, I think is his name, nice guy, but he should have moved everybody on, mate. If you see trouble, move away from it. There's women there, mate, and there's kids there, not kids, but boys, yeah, 16s, 15s, 16s, that were very rowdy, yeah. So they, it should have moved. Honestly, seriously, mate, this protest was done all wrong. Should have just moved away from it, mate. You go there, you look at it, you know you can't protest because of all the barriers, all the police, riot stuff, everything. Move on. Move on. You don't want to see people get hurt. You don't want to see in the morning the papers getting hold of it and going, wow, protest was very violent. You can see what happened, and in a way, they're going to pick things up. They're going to pick things out of there that other people maybe didn't see, yeah? It was wrong. They should have moved on, mate. They should have moved on. I'm not sticking up for the police, mate, because I've always been nicked for police. GBH, the intent, Section 18s. I've been nicked 3 or 4 times for that, mate, on police officers. Section 18s, mate. Attempted murder charges on the police officers because they come in bully tactics. No gear and all that game, but, come in bully. You've got 3 or 4 police officers going to come on you bully tactics. You've got to defend yourself, yeah? But when you go to a march like that and you see with your own eyes that what they're going to do, you move on. You've got to move on. You can't stay there. You've got to move on because you're not going to change it. The barriers are going to be there all the time. You're not going to change it. Move on somewhere else. Just move. Walk down the road. Just keep walking. Honestly, I really can't make out the man in charge who done it. Do you know what? Gary The guy who lives in Northern Ireland, right? One of the guys in charge of the Trafalgar Square thing turned out with Tommy Robinson, yeah? He has been round Northern Ireland and know what happens in Northern Ireland and how the police are, the tactics. He would have moved on. I'm so sure, right, that Gary would have moved everybody on, because Gary would not want to see women getting bashed up, because that's what it was. I was quite sick when I see a woman being thrown to the floor by 4, 5, 6 big men and also women, right, buckling her up, handcuffed, her screaming, and they're dragging her off, yeah. And also the other woman was 73, got heart bypass, and she could have killed her at any time, you know. And them people, just for that alone, just for that one person, just for the two people, that woman and the other woman with heart bypass, just that alone, the person in charge of this walk, mate, this process should have gone, that's enough, yeah, let's just walk on. Let's walk away, because we don't want that problem. Don't go into a problem. It's not, you can't win. You can't beat the police. You can't beat them, even if you think you can. You can't beat them, mate. They're there. They're there to do a job. They're there to a big top authority. They're there to bully you, get you out of it. So you can't win. Move on. Listen, mate. It should have moved on, mate. Without a shadow of doubt, it should have. Too many people got arrested. Too many people got hurt. Too many people. There are going to be people who are going to wind up in that place behind me this morning or later on. You don't know. You know, just move on, please. Should have moved on. You should not have stayed there. It was out of order. You shouldn't have stayed there. Nice one.